My boyfriend won't stop touching me and I don't know what to do. 19F and 20M. I 19F and my boyfriend 20M have been dating for a year and a half, and have known each other for nearly 4 years. We have overcome a lot of obstacles in our relationship, but the one we can't overcome is his touchiness and I'm not sure what to do about it. For some context, I am not a big PDA person. I think that's stuff that is private to a couple, and I'll still hold his hand in public or give him the occasional kiss, but he always wants to make out on the street downtown or at college, and I hate it and have told him no many times. Also, I can't even give him a little kiss without him trying to shove his tongue down my throat basically, and then will get sad when I say I don't want to make out with him. To him I think that's how he knows I love him, but I guess if I don't feel nurtured and comfortable in a scenario, I'm not going to make out with him on sight. Part of the reason I also don't like making out with him is because nearly all the time it ends up in us having sex, always consensual, but I'm not always actually in the mood when it happens. I have started telling him first thing when we hang out if I'm not in a touchy mood or don't want to have sex, etc. And usually that works for about 20 minutes before he tries something and it's really starting to get to me bad. I just am not a touchy person if that's not obvious already, and he most definitely is, and it makes me want to cry because I feel like my personal boundaries aren't respected at all, but at the same time then he doesn't feel loved. In my opinion, touching someone's butt and making out isn't love, but maybe I'm crazy. I've tried compromising, but then doing some of those things feels like a chore. What else can I be doing? And is this basically just a sign we shouldn't be together? Just a thought. If it takes him multiple attempts to convince you to get physical in any way, and he finally wears you down until you do it, then it's not consensual. If you already told him multiple times how much it makes you uncomfortable and he still does it, then he doesn't love or respect you. It doesn't matter how he feels loved, your body is not his property. Even my 7-year-old knows not to continue doing something that makes others uncomfortable, especially after they've told him so. Teenage boys often feel like they have a right to touch their girlfriend whenever or wherever they want. They don't, and you definitely don't have to put up with it. Give him a final clear warning. If he persists, cut him loose. You deserve better and your body is nobody's property. Your partner should always respect your boundaries. He's disrespecting you and not loving you when he does what he wants. This isn't sustainable. He's not listening, and if he is, he's doing what he wants. It's toxic and a red flag. No means no. You feel bad because he is touching you in a way you don't want. It's normal to feel bad about that. It's probably a sign you're just not compatible. And also a sign he won't listen and won't respect you. You tell him that if this doesn't stop you'll be ending the relationship, and then you follow through if he doesn't tone it down. The most important part of foreplay is how your partner treats you outside of sexual activity. If he's disrespectful of your boundaries and pushes you to do things you're not comfortable with, you aren't going to feel relaxed and in the mood when sex is on the table. If he can't express his affection without groping you publicly with his hand and tongue, and his groping makes you feel uncomfortable or violated, he's not mature and you're not going to feel safe and respected. Respect yourself enough to end it if it isn't working for you. My 59M boyfriend accused me, 39F, of being a lesbian at a Christmas party. What did I do? So let me preface this by saying that I am 100% certain I didn't do a thing wrong, but he insists I need to acknowledge his feelings even though I feel he is wrong. We went to a Christmas party on Sunday. We got there and most people were chilling in the pool. I didn't dress for a swim, nor did I take any clothes to swim in. The host offered me a pair of shorts and my boyfriend gave me his shirt. I connected with an old lady in the pool and we had drinks and chatted about everything. We spoke about suicide, death, God and our free will. We were in the pool for probably 3 hours plus. My boyfriend was mingling with everyone after he got out of the pool. On one occasion he told me to get out of the pool, and when I asked him why, he said because my fingers are gonna get all prune-like. I said it doesn't bother me and I carried on swimming, floating and talking to this older lady. It was only her and I in the pool. Everyone was drinking, laughing and being merry. Moving on to what apparently triggered my BF. I am very tall and short people need to tread water in that pool where I could stand on my tippy toes and be fine. So I told the older lady I will show her that I can keep her afloat in the deep end. Please think back to when we were all children and you'd have your friends wrap their legs around you and you'd pull them around in the pool. This is what we did. I went to the deep end with her, got a massive cramp in my toe and swam to edge to hold on while laughing stupidly about the cramp. Her husband was bringing us drinks and so was my boyfriend as well as the waiters they hired for the day. The next instance was when she told me about her suicide attempt, and when I spoke to her she started crying and I put hands on the edge of the pool where she was leaning against. She was facing me. I got out of the pool after a while because I was cold and my boyfriend said that I was making a spectacle of him and that I am clearly a fucking lesbian. He told me if I chose to get back in the pool then he would know my choice I hightailed it into the change room and put my clothes on. I went outside and asked to speak to him away from all the people. I was upset and asked him where he even got the idea that I was lesbian and where he got off telling me what to do. He told me to fuck off and I told him we're leaving. When we were going home I asked him what the hell that was all about and he went off. You fucking know, I fucking told you. He was screaming so much that some of his words were inaudible. Got home and he got a little physical, gripping my wrists, squeezing my fingers, pinning me against the glass door. He called the lady, that fat fucking bitch troll old fuck. I was asking him why the hell he would feel threatened by her and if I was a lesbian, did he honestly think I would go for an old lady who has a husband and a son? The argument escalated so many times and he said I am invalidating his feelings and that I never say sorry. Told him that I have nothing to say sorry for because he literally hurt his own feelings by creating scenarios in his head. It was rough and ugly. He eventually went on to say that I don't have sex with him anymore and he has tried this entire month and I won't give him any. Mind you, his way of initiating is by drinking the entire day, eating, falling asleep on the couch and then when he gets into bed he rubs my thigh 5 times and he wants me to be all hot and bothered for him. He then said that he has been done for a while. Funny though because I said to him a few times I could feel that he has checked out and every time he would say he loves me more than life and he is just stressed from work. Funnier is that he has been done for a while, but still wanted me to have sex with him. Make it make sense please. I can't live this way anymore and I need an exit plan. I work for him and I get a pittance of a salary. He has been financially controlling for a while and I never though to put any money away. Please someone help me with a step-by-step so I can leave within 6 months. If you are talking about leaving then understand the relationship is over. It's just a question when the breakup happens. He's angry at you for reasons that don't matter because he's over the relationship. He has moved to insults, accidentally hurting you, drinking problems and checking out. In his mind you were giving her attention and positive interaction that he doesn't get while ignoring him. His mind has to find a reason that's not his fault. So he decided on lesbian. He isn't deep. He's a mess. Your first step would be to find a job not linked to him. If you leave, would lose the job. Decide you want to find a new challenge and help create some space. You can give the excuse of trying to see if that you both spend too much time together. If I was a lesbian, did he honestly think I would go for an old lady? Well, you went for an old man, so not really a wild leap. Seriously, get away from this guy. And date in your age bracket next time. You need to start your job search, and see what you can do to network with your friends and family to see if there's someone you can crash with. It's not okay that he put hands on you and screamed at you. You should also reach out to a DV organization. Verbal abuse and financial abuse are abuse, too. They may be able to help you identify some resources and they can definitely help you with a step-by-step game plan to leave. Move yourself into the guest room. He's a pig. Step 1. Get a job. Step 2. Move in with family, friend, roommate. Step 3. Start saving money. Why do you think you have 6 months? Call the domestic violence hotline and you should be connected to a shelter that will give you resources for a place to stay. Lawyers if you want to press charges, or job help, etc. Redditors may be helpful but there are people in your area who specifically help women like you as their whole job and they are very knowledgeable. I am concerned about the domestic violence and that a conversation with a married older lady in public is enough to trigger violence. If you have any physical marks, you can file a police report for sure. Or is there anyone else you can stay with? Maybe stay home from work, fake a migraine, and have friends, family move you out while he's not home. It's time for you to leave this miserable old fart. Get out while the getting good. BF, 25 male, wants an abortion, 27 female, any advice? Hi y'all, this is an uncomfortable post for me to write, but I could really do with some words of encouragement, comfort right now. I've been with my boyfriend a year and a half, we are in our mid-late 20s, own place etc. We spoke about kids and how if I get pregnant we would keep it and make it work multiple times. My boyfriend got tested early this year and his sperm count, mobility, shape was seriously abnormal. It looked like IVF was the only way we could have kids in future. However, there was of course a tiny chance I could get pregnant. Well, the day has come. I tested strong positive twice and shared with him. It's been a couple days since I told him and I feel like it's wrecked our relationship. He's not ready for a kid and has been pressuring me for an abortion. I would prefer to keep it. I'm devastated. I'm in a really bad place. I really don't want an abortion, but I cannot afford, do not have the support to be a single mother. I feel like he's gone back on everything he said in the past, and the way he's pressuring me is really overwhelming. He was begging me earlier and it's made me feel sick. We've been having unprotected sex for a year. I could really use some words of comfort right now. I feel extremely isolated and overwhelmed, on top of feeling heartbroken. Additionally, I had a miscarriage with an ex-partner 2 years ago and the way he treated me during it was horrific. I've definitely got trauma relating to it, and I've discussed this with my boyfriend many times. In a way, I feel like it's happening again, but with a coerced abortion. Whichever choice you make, your relationship is almost certainly over. If you do not feel prepared to be a single mother, then have an abortion. But also leave your boyfriend. He has betrayed you, gone back on everything you guys talked about, and is hanging you out to dry on your own. He clearly doesn't want to have kids on the same timeline that you do. Also, you should be able to work through hard situations with him and come to a decision together, not feel attacked, pressured by him. If you're not in a good place to have this baby on your own, then don't. But whatever you do, get rid of this boyfriend. If you are not mentally, financially, emotionally, and physically capable of being a single parent, then you should not be having a child. This isn't about you, it is about what would be best for this potential kid, and you've already said you are not equipped to be a single parent. He made the choice to have unprotected sex, because he heard something about his sperm count and assumed what it meant instead of actually learning what it meant. By having unprotected sex, he was saying he was prepared for the consequences, pregnancy. Your boyfriend is an idiot. You can't force him to be a dad any more than he can force you into having an abortion, but I'd seriously reconsider a relationship with someone that put his pleasure above preventing a pregnancy he clearly never wanted. And again, when a doctor says, "Oh, your fertility might be impacted," stop assuming that means you can raw dog it for life. Ask questions, read up on it, actually understand what it means instead of assuming what it means. He's dumb for not taking an active interest in his own health. 1. Break up. 2. Make whatever decision you'd like. However, if you have the kid, you will see this sad excuse for a man for the rest of your life. Or, you could have the abortion and instead find a man who will marry you before impregnating you. Please note that for the future. And will be a wonderful father and partner, unlike this schmuck. If you cannot be a single mother and cannot get an abortion, you may want to look into an open adoption as a good option for you. I would advise, if you can, that you get away from him for a bit so that he is not pressuring or coercing you and you can make your own decision either way. Is it warranted for me 27F break up with boyfriend 28M of 1.5 years for planning to cheat on me? So I recently found texts in my partner's deleted messages between him and a woman where she said, "I got butterflies when your name popped up on my phone, good memories." And he's replied saying very good memories. She's then asked if he wants to catch up for a quickie or 2 inches, which he has said yes, sounds great, and they explained when they're both free and want to do it, where they can get caught. I confronted him about it and he lied and said he was covering for someone, then got angry. I went through his phone and snooped, and none of this would have happened if I didn't snoop. He told me it was none of my business. I contacted the women and they had in fact slept together 2 years ago, which we were in a relationship. So he's agreed to then meet up with her knowing what the sex is like. Is this fair for me to leave him? He seems to think it isn't, but he was planning on cheating, then denied the whole thing. My mind is fried, my soul feels ripped out of my chest. Hilarious when guys turn it around on you and make you feel like shit about yourself when they're the ones cheating. Don't give him another ounce of your energy, he doesn't deserve it. No way you're asking this question. He cheated before and was going to cheat now. Move on and get backbone. He already cheated by texting her like that. Then got angry. I went through his phone and snooped, and none of this would have happened if I didn't snoop. He's trying to Darvo you, deny, attack, reverse victim and offender. Cheaters and abusers do this shit all the time. He tries to cheat, you rightfully call it out, but somehow he's the victim? No, he's not the victim. Don't fall for it. Dump this loser. You deserve better. You can leave anyone, anytime, for any reason, or even no reason. You don't owe your boyfriend a relationship, and he is not entitled to your companionship. If you want to dump him, then dump him. But previous cheating and plans for more cheating is absolutely grounds to end a relationship, and it's weird that you aren't sure. You don't need a foolproof reason to break up with someone. Not trusting them is a good reason, but because I want to, is also valid. It's not a vote, it's a veto situation.